Alright guys, couple things to take a look at this morning. We got some reveals from the Legendary Monsters set that's going to be coming out in the OCG, I think over the summer or early fall. Some of these pictures were actually leaked, and I believe this Harpies Pet Dragon, which is the first one we have here, is actually not in the Legendary Monsters set. It's like a jump promo or a V-jump promo, but either way I figured it kind of fits the theme of everything else, so we'll just go over it with the rest of them. There are some really neat cards in this first batch of announcements, and it makes me look forward to the rest, especially because we could get some more nostalgia or legacy support that actually does a lot to benefit some of those older archetypes. So we'll go ahead and see exactly where that, whole thing falls. But let's start with Harpies Pet Dragon. Fearsome Fire Blast. This is a level 7 wind dragon monster. Monsters cannot target level 4 or lower Harpy monsters for attacks. Not bad. And then each of the following effects are a hard once per turn. If you control a level 6 or lower wind monster, you can special summon this card from your hand in defense position, which is actually really good. When I first read this, I thought it was only a Harpy monster that you had to control, and I apparently just mixed up my lines of text. But this works in Dragonity, this works in other decks that I can't think of off the top of my head that have wind or play wind support. And it also works, obviously, in any future archetypes. I think Tri-Brigade does have a few wind cards as well, and Harpies do too, so this is going to be pretty solid across the board, I think. And then if this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can send one winged beast wind monster from your deck to the graveyard. So really neat, a lot going on here, a solid extender for anything playing wind, but also being a level 7 dragon, it has general synergy with other typings, and I really think this is going to be a cool card to have access to. Not to mention it is, a Harpies Pet Dragon card, so it's cool to see another retrain that actually seems to be better than the original. I do think this is one that might have an impact. I like the extension portion of it. I would definitely look at playing it in Dragonity as a possible extender. I think Dragon Link might be able to find ways to use it depending on what they're playing. We don't know what the deck's going to look like by the time this card comes out, but still, definitely a solid first card, and one that I think a lot of people are justifiably excited about. Next one, this is actually from the Legendary Monsters pack, Mystical Elf Mystical Burst Stream. First of all, that artwork is awesome. I really like it. When your monster your opponent controls activates its effect while you control a level 5 or higher normal monster, quick effect, you can special summon this card from your hand, and if you do, negate that effect. So that's really solid. Obviously, it would have to be played in something that could easily put a level 5 or higher normal monster out, so something like Blue Eyes or maybe Dark Magician, but I don't know how frequently that deck's going to have a Dark Magician out consistently. During your opponent's battle phase, you can target a normal monster in either graveyard, special summon it, and if you do, while you control it, your opponent must attack it with all monsters they control this turn. So Blue Eyes strikes me as the best option for this. I just don't know whether or not they'd be shoehorning it in for the purpose of playing it, or if it would actually be a benefit to the deck. I'm definitely excited to be able to playtest with this and try it out, but there may be other decks that can utilize it too, and so we'll have to wait and see how it fits. But as far as a vanilla retrain, it is definitely good, if not better than good, and I look forward to seeing what type of impact it might have. This one I like a lot too. First of all, the artwork is just awesome. I've always been a huge fan of this card, but Guilty of the D-Knight Soul Spear. Level 5 light monster. If you control no monsters, you can normal summon this card without tributing. That's kind of slow, but this second effect sort of makes up for it. When this card is normal summoned, you can banish one monster your opponent controls with attack higher than or equal to this card's. That is not a targeting effect, so you can just summon it and banish something. It banishes at resolution, and I think that makes it decent. Generally speaking, it is a little reliant on the opponent, obviously having to you controlling no monsters, so you can start this out as an extender on your own turn, but in order to resolve that other effect, generally you're going to want to not have anything else out to get the most out of it. And then it does have, you can discard one card, add one level 7 Dark Dragon, level 6 Dark Machine, or level 5 Water Warrior monster from your deck to your hand. So very limited, obviously meant to work with Joey's cards, Red Eyes Black Dragon, Jinzo, and Legendary Fisherman, but there's definitely more than one level 7 Dark Dragon, and there's definitely more than one level 6 Dark Machine, so there are going to be some targets for this. I like this card a lot, though. I think it might be decent in terms of an opener for maybe decks like Red Eyes that don't rely on their normal summon as much. And then generally just the removal aspect of it is a really solid card that does make that drawback worth it. I don't know whether or not this would see any play anywhere, but I definitely like it, and I like the potential that it has. We'll just have to see what other support comes out as the reveals for the set continue. And the last one for this is Kaiser Glider Golden Burst. Really, really cool artwork. Might be my favorite of the four. Quick effect, you contribute one monster, special summon this card from your hand. Not terrible. That's a hard once per turn, so you can't just, like, keep doing it. If this card is normal or special summon, you can target one face-up monster your opponent controls. This card's attack becomes equal to that monster's attack until the end of this turn. This is, honestly, the most lackluster of the 4, but it is still a neat concept, and I don't know, depending on what other stuff we get, which is pretty much the phrase I've said every time here, it could be decent in the future, so I look forward to the possibility of being able to try it out, but I do think this is kind of cool for people that are fans of the anime. Remember the original Kaiser Glider. I don't think this card's very good. It just, you know, maybe would have been good in, like, 2006, but now it's just way too slow and doesn't really advance your game state all that much. But maybe you guys feel differently. Let me know in the comments below what you think of these 4 reveals and what you're excited to see retrains of. Hopefully we get something for Celtic Guardian. That would be really cool. And do you think anything in the market will be affected by these announcements? So far, I don't think I've seen anything go up, so I'm keeping an eye on that, obviously, for future Market Watch videos. But in the meantime, just wanted to share these and my opinions on them with you. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe for more content, and I'll see you next time, right here at Loveshack.